Hey everybody, we're live. It's another poetry night. Um, we have people popping in. Let's say hi.
Hi, everyone.
Ramon was here first. So um, I said work lurking, and he responded, about to leave work lurking. Thank you very much. Finger point. So I got the point. Angie's got a few things to do. Um, and hashtag, well, okay, then fine, you're welcome. So that was for Ramon. Um,
Oh,
Moira is here. Empress is here. Amanda.
hi, Tropical Empress.
Thomas is here. And Teresa Hadarian is here. And the reason why we're late starting, I owe Jeff a very big apology. 2 weeks in a row, I have forgotten to send him the link to our poetry, and this is one of my most important favorite shows I do during the week. And I got busy doing other shows this week, which is no excuse. And I forgot to send the link again to for a few minutes before, about quarter two, and I owe Jeff a big apology. And I'm sorry, sweethearts. I didn't mean to hurt you.
No,
So
I know,
I'm
and
sorry,
I
and I
value
just
you,
wanted
Heather. And that's why it kind of hurt. That's why it kind of hurt because I value you, and I don't
and
know
I
why.
value you, and I just want everybody to know that I'm giving you a big apology right here because um, I fucked up. And but Jeff and I want to move forward and have a good
I
night.
do.
And
it, the energy is really
but
heavy,
you
you
deserved an
guys. So
apology. You deserved an apology. So I admit when I'm wrong, and I was wrong. So hello, Gerald. Thank you for joining us. And this week, Jeff wanted to do something a little different. Want to go back to poetry readings. So we're going to withhold the prompts tonight. Um, So to start out, Jeff, did you have any pieces um, that you wanted to share, um, like we usually do? And I know that there
no,
was a lot of
no
political stuff going on. No,
I kind of got it all out of my system in the last hour. So it was all political, and with the reads I was doing and the things that I was pulling. Um, it was some pretty dark, heavy energy. So I'm good. I mean, I can play. I mean, I can definitely share. I want to share. So I am going to read something right now from my new
okay.
book, and I
And
hope
just
you
so
all
you know,
don't
there
mind.
is a leg. Um, so if I accidentally interrupt, it's not mean I'm you know, it's just there's a slight leg. So I'm going to wait a few seconds so that I make sure that I don't interrupt or cut you off. Be right
Okay,
back.
so
And I'm going to mute.
bear with me, you guys, while I pull this through. All right, this is called Misunderstood. Um, and I think, given the sort of mixed messaging we're getting politically and the energy that's weighing on us, it's kind of timely. Misunderstood. What someone does to themselves, not one of us here came to change that or to be judged. For what we're meant is far from the stock of which we're made. I guess the allure of a message in a bottle that traveled these oceans from even before I was born was a universal call for more. In our hearts enjoined, last call to be the thing you and I need to be before something stronger than even your love for me and mine for you wills us away to be separated, yet still our hearts too numb, split open, yet don't break through. Yet still defenses like vices grip the past wounds until the resistance is won. Yet even if tolerance is a war of acceptance, it's mistaken as an admission of complacence. Surrender in your early unconscious eyes in a life in which self-discovery had never begun. As enigma, the burdens you withstood, you shouldn't have been born into this world. Biding time 3 sheets to the wind, pulling the wool over my eyes as if you were the one who was going to die, both of us one at a time, while I do it every day on the inside. It shouldn't be such a shame when you took to such great pains, for as for when you lived, you didn't even let on that you were hurt, refusing to envision that what was swept under the rug were all the warnings you'd been given. Whether by the hands of the clock or the hands of fate, there are too many lives gone. For the newer ones of the fruitless promise we had to wait. You've misunderstood. Now it's too late. I think I might have read that before, but I've reworked it. So thank you for letting me do that, Heather.
I was muted. I'm talking and I'm muted.
Miss Tarot D was doing that last night on your show.
Oh, she was tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we had to mute because I was getting an echo from her her laptop or her new mic or something. So but yeah, so when you said you reworked it, I'm going through books and stuff that I put it into. Even more recent books were already reworked. So I've got like pieces now that are going to be like 3 dates that are going to be reworked. And that's kind of what I brought with me as well. So that's interesting. We both brought reworked stuff, but I'm probably am going to work on more of it too. I have 2. Do you have an extra one after this? For this after? Okay, so we can get 2 and 2. Okay, so this first one is short, but it's really going to be something very interesting for me to expand on in the future. So I really wanted to share a couple of these tonight. The wind crochets smoke from sacred fires, draping a brightly colored shawl of abstract forms across the sky, some painted with sawn invisible or inaudible. To the ears, only the finely crafted needlework of our hearts can understand. And there isn't even an origin date. So this was somewhere around maybe 2018.
Wow.
So
don't you love it when you rework something and it's like better, and even like it has the germ of what you did before, but you flesh it out and
yeah. And who knows, maybe a couple of years from now, 5 years from now, I'm gonna look back, go, ooh, I can do. You know, you just never. It's like art. It's like a painting. Sometimes, sometimes paintings are painting really truly ever finished. So, or a piece of artwork. And everyone is saying nice. That was beautiful. Yes. Yes. I'm muted. Ramon was doing that too last night. Me, Ramon and Miss Tarot D, and now me. It's called the Muted Poets Club or something like that. We've been playing around with a new idea for a fun show, and that would be a great one. The Mute Poet Society or the Mute Poet Club. We just mute ourselves and read our poetry, and people aren't gonna know. Hey, can you guess what we're saying? Oh God. So is tarot ever through with us? Tarot, the human experience, the universal energies? Nah. So and Thomas, you have to join us too again some night. We would love to have you back. I have to remember. Oh, you're doing a live tonight. Ooh. Okay.
What time?
What time? Yeah, I was gonna say, what time, Amanda? Try to make it. That would be awesome. Now, make me go back up here. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Nope. Everyone just saying hello to each other. All right, what you got next?
Okay, so
Definitely, Moira. That's what we're doing tonight. Sometimes we get new ideas. Our writing improves, or we move into a different space in our lives, and then the poem or the piece of artwork, whatever it is that we do, evolves with us. You said it for 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
beautiful.
All righty, there you go.
This is called Decide. Your body of work, though greater than mine, can't stretch time to fit the two of us. I think I've read this too now. So I'm the one left behind. In plain sight, you collapse on your own weight. I couldn't prop you up. By then it was too late. There's never enough time to think. Under the gravity of Earth, we sink. Put more pressure on me or you to stand alone. Yet I had to piggyback off you through the years that I own. Riding your coattails as emulation framed my addiction. I forgot the lessons. We're never too old to listen. Mandated to learn anew all the things which make us fallible. Now I feel as if I want to stand still. Now I know what Mother meant about you. Someone to be consumed by the past so that for the one with the greater presence of mind, the other one of us could feel half alive. Decrepit as you may have been, infinite wear and tear never dismisses your existence infinite or takes away from our time. Matter cannot be created or destroyed, even if time we can't rewind. Even if it were a canvas of construction left behind, you were always attentive to contingencies which may arise while I was demoralized. Yet you still couldn't will yourself to stay here. All the while tearful was a mind's eye when you realized it was ultimately not on your time to decide.
I'm doing it again. Something emulates my frame. What was that line? I was going to, yes, I know I muted. Because when I type, I don't want the sound of my keyboard. Because sometimes it gets loud. And I know on some shows when people are reading and then the host is typing and you hear that. And so that's why I've been trying to, and with the people outside, I'm trying to, not have anything interrupt Jeff tonight. So you had
You
a
were
line
saying something framed my mind. Is that what the line you were looking at was?
you were saying something emulated the frame of my
Oh yeah.
that line.
Okay, well, I couldn't prop you up. By then it was too late. There's never enough time to think. Under the gravity of Earth we sink. Put more pressure on you to stand alone, yet I piggybacked off you through the years, riding your coattails as emulation framed my addiction.
As emulation framed my addictions. Yes.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that. And Tom is joining us in his car. So not watching. That's good. Just listening. Yeah, we want your eyes on the road. So thanks for joining us. But yeah, I like that line. Alrighty. So my last one for tonight. Let's see, started in 2018. Then apparently October 22nd of 2022. Yes, and Fatima says, very good, Jeff. Yes, thank you, Fatima. Fatima goes back and forth to make sure that the comments get, in both, and she goes after in comments too. So very much appreciated, Fatima. And yes, the next book. Do you have a release date for the new now physical copy, right? Not or
Sometime
just audio?
mid-September, but Some Good Writ will be out in audiobook by mid-August.
Okay, very cool.
I'm doing both of them at the same time, so it's different. This is the first time I've done two of them. So,
wow, very cool, very exciting. So, this next one is a combination of two that I came across. Both are roughly started 2018. Then I had looked and wrote a note stating 10/22, and then today 7/24. And this is going to go through some change, but something I wanted to share tonight. Let's see. Ange said, Jeff got bit by the writ bug.
Ange, I always have a hard time typing your name, not because it's long, but because I can never find that character next to the A at the end of your
little swirly.
Yeah, where is that on the keyboard? I
on
must
the keyboard. So when you're on your keyboard, physical or the other one, where it says to tap for you have the letters, and then above it says tap for addition. You tap on that, and then there's like a little like that.
Little like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And Miss Nancy is here in a lurking mode. Hello, Nancy, my dear. Oh, and Odelia, hello, my dear. Thank you. You both are amazing. Thank you so much. Next to the number one. Yep. Well, there you go. Hug roots. Oh, okay. Yeah. Hug roots.
I'm gonna chicken out.
Hug the waves, hug the trees, and hug Ange. All righty. So let's see. I don't lose this here. Milkweed and moonshine. Oh, and this was some night I was getting all rhymey. So I'm going to try to, pull back a little bit on the rhyme, but still was kind of fun. So I'm tentatively keeping it in. So just a heads up. It's like, oh my God, what's up with the rhyme? Okay. Milkweed and moonshine dripping off grapevines as the wind speak in rhymes through chimes deep and hollow as Gothic cellos conjuring phoenix fire and warning signs. She wears her moon phases like freshwater pearls and black satin boots. Her body tolls from bell towers, tracing hand-sewn marbling into the gray of morning. Stone marking where the sun had been birthed by the void of the moon, her soprano winding down through mechanisms of thorn and berry-laden branches. She articulates the lapis in her mind, knotting pearls of wisdom into silk threads of thought, but they spill vile beans into her cup, grounded into sand and sea salts, flooding her page, now ink stains blurring, pain dripping under blood-red nails, the fountain of her pen trails off the paper.
Wow.
So that needs reworking, and with all the rhymey in the beginning. But yeah, I was just like, ooh, I could put those two together. And so I'm excited about working on that one this week. So that's what I've got. Alrighty. And let's see, any tropical empress. Oh, how's Mama and beautiful baby Aurora doing? Yes. Aw. Baby Sushi. I know her name's Aurora, but I love calling her Baby Sushi like everybody else did. It just kind of stuck, Okay, let me just move the coffee cup out. So this week, Jeff wanted to do poetry reading, so no prompts tonight. So if anybody would like a poetry reading, go ahead and just put me in caps And tonight I'm bringing actually my Gilded Reverie Lenormand because Tally, I think her name is, no, wait a minute. Let me make sure I get her name right. Um, Tally Goodwin, I believe, is the author of the poems that were written for each of the cards. And so I wanted to share those tonight, along with my poem. And I've got my Hush Tarot, and of course I have my AI deck. I guess I'm calling it my AI deck. I don't care it's AI deck. I have my Artist Decoded Tarot with me as well, in case I get drawn to using that. So, okay, let's see. Amanda, Nancy's me. So Ange, how does this work? I've never heard of this poetry readings. Well, if anybody would like a reading, we pull a card or two, whatever we feel drawn to, and then we write a poem that's part of like the meat, not necessarily well, we can talk about, I think it's been a while since we've done this. We
I
talk about
know.
what the meaning of the card is, but then we kind of write a poem based on the card that we pulled for you. So, yeah, we wanted to, do things a little different for a few months with the prompts, but now it's kind of like, okay, let's move and get back into some readings. So let's see. We have so far Amanda, Nancy, and Ange. So Amanda, you are up first. Let's do it.
And I'm using the pandemic tarot, or to be precise, the tarot en pandemia y revolution, or I don't know how to say revolution.
Ooh, was that some French?
Yeah, I said it in French. It should be said probably differently in Spanish, but it looks, it's by Adrian Arias. It's a 2018 deck. I really love it. I had put in a search for COVID. I told you all this, COVID, and I found this deck.
Apocalyptical.
Yeah.
Jeff was like, "Do you know any good apocalyptic decks?" I don't know if you buy it. So I go to Etsy and I start looking at what I'm looking at my favorites to see if anything's on sale, and they throw up some new decks, and I'm like, "Look at this apocalyptic deck!" So I took that off. I didn't know if it was any good, but maybe it'll be a winner in the future. The only thing is with the Etsy decks, you gotta pay extra for them. So
those decks are beautiful, though. They're so on Etsy. They're so nice. Yeah.
Yeah. But $65. I saw one for $90 yesterday. It's a 78 card tarot, and they use Canva or something nice, but $90? You're not even figuring the shipping? So really quick, Amanda, your Lenormand is the bear, and your Hush card is the 5 of Pentacles. So I think did we do the reading after we showed the cards and the poem? It's been so long, Jeff. I can't remember how we did this.
Yeah,
afterwards.
That's how we did it. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I'm gonna go first. I got for you the Six of Swords or the Six of Espadas reversed. I got El Emperador, the Emperor, straight up, and then I got there are like this is an 81 card deck, so there are other cards in it that I, you know, don't necessarily know how to interpret except within the context of each reading by itself. La Huela, which is the finger or the fingerprint, or the handprint. So out and out, out and out, out to lunch, putting spaces in between the things that have put our knickers in a bunch, our panties in a wad, but yet by the same token, I'm in my authority. I can see through the light. I can see through the abyss. This is supposed to be my place to do all of this. I'm in the right headspace. I know what it is I want, but that message in a bottle that traveled eons to reach me so many years ago is now elusive. Just like a thumbprint or handprint in the sand, I don't know where it went or where to begin. What I'm getting from this is that there's a scenario in your life right now that's requiring, I guess, more than anything, a second look. And it's not bad to reach out for help to do it because you're sort of in suspended animation, is what I'm getting with this. But the actual grounding that you need to achieve to actually leave your mark, and I'm almost hearing something ancestral or maybe tribal about a gift or something that was given to you, or that you came into this world with, you inherited from another life. Um, that with the Emperor card looking like this in this deck, makes me think of eagle energy or some type of healing that you need to do or that someone needs from you. And a lot is riding on it. You might be in a place right now where you're kind of looking for answers physically, or there's something about someone's health. So I hope that resonates with you.
Okay. Oh boy, I gotta get my chops back up on this. So Amanda, I pulled the polar. No, it's the bear, and there's a cute little poem that they write for the bear, and I'll share that with you. I am power and strength, health and protection. Your finance is my field. Your food is my concern. My bad side comes out when you see negative cards around. And then the other card I pulled for you is the Five of Pentacles, and I'm kind of picking up on what Jeff was talking about too. I'll just read the poem and then I'll let you know what I'm seeing here. I have floating down into a long winter stream. I awake within water, ribbons of weeds of loss melted into my heart. I find strength. I unwind and embrace the maternal bear within. So the bear has to do with again strength, health, very maternal, um, very protective, very authority, and the bear can relate to a person who is in a position of power in the business world. But what's here staying out to me is this: what they say is sheer force. So this is the sheer force strength of you coming out, your maternal side coming out, your very strong bear energy. And with the Five of Pentacles, usually we see people walking outside in the cold, um, walking by a church with helping in the Hush Tarot. She's floating down into the waters, wrapped within like the water weeds and stuff that grow underneath the water. And it's almost like, is she being pulled down? But yet it looks like she's trying to unwind her ribbons. So I'll rework this poem for you later and send it to you in an email if that's okay. Because I love the idea of the ribbons and unfolding and unveiling. But with the Five of Pentacles, and it's just to be strong, have faith, not to be afraid of looking for help or reaching out for help where it is needed, and that you have the strength, the fortitude, and that sheer will that to be able to rise above the water and to move forward with whatever this energy might be at this time. So that's what I have for you, my dear. And hello, TK. We've had some people coming in. We had Kristen Louise is here. We have Hugger TK. And also somebody else. Did I miss somebody else? No, there's Thomas. Okay, I don't think I missed anybody else. Okay, so that's what I have. Oh, you're welcome, Amanda. So next up is Miss Nancy. Me.
Okay. So Nancy, I got La Justicia, the Justice card. Okay. I got the Magician, El Mago, and I got again the immigration card in politics, or whatever you want to call it, the Six of Espadas. So this is going to sound bizarre, but the first thing I heard was the word unglued before I drew my cards. I feel as if there's some type of shift within you about how to pursue a long term. I don't know if it's like a fixer upper or if it's something that you've been wanting to repair for a long time, a relationship or something that you feel hinges on you to do. But it's not coming together in the way that maybe you would expect it to, even between like distance and time, having that ability to close the book on something, because you seem like a very methodical type of person who would fret maybe over some of the little details. So what I'm seeing is, I don't know if you were going to move or if you're going to add something to your house, but I'm just hearing, don't put the cart before the horse. The resistance that you're feeling can't detract from what it is that you want. Certainly not a leaky ceiling. I know deep down somewhere inside, the reserves that from others I hide. I can dig deep down into the well and find a space where I can dig past and come to the conclusion that I can be free, knowing that I can travel through my own mind, through space and time. That's what I got for you, Nancy.
Okay. Nancy, I got the swans. Well, the swans in here. It's actually the heart card in the Lenormand. And number 24, the lovely little poem that was written in the book is: the form of happiness and love in is simply drawn in my shape. I'm your feelings, emotions. I am your passions and devotions. I just make sure no bad cards are around to spoil this fondness and affection. So with the heart, I got the three of wands, and in the hush tarot we have I believe they're the crows or the ravens, and they're spinning this wonderful ribbon around the three wands, which of course represents the coming together. It's a solidification of an idea that was started, and it's kind of like almost kind of like ribbons. They're stringing they're wrapping together, they're bringing everything together. um and so whatever this foundation is that's you're creating and moving forward, there's a commitment, you're committed to it. um you're a commitment to a development. And with the swans facing each other, for me in this, it feels like there is a relationship that and it could very well be with yourself, coming face to face with yourself, what your heart feels, what your heart is drawn to. And the short little poem that I wrote is Magic of the Crows, a mystery unveiling within wings of jet glossy black, meeting in your heart, swans swim in reflection, joining a ring of gold. So that's what I have for you, Nancy. Alrighty, so am I. Let's see. Much to ponder, traveling through space and time is spot on. Alrighty. As a man, Thomas is the ultimate fixer-upper. um, oh, they're talking about caregiving. Okay, so they're talking about being a caregiver. I'm looking to see if there's anything else. Alrighty. Okay, so our next one, and our last one thus far, let me just go ahead, is Ange. Just let me checking in chat. Is everybody okay with me sharing the poem that comes in the book? If it's a little too cheesy, not saying that the poem is cheesy, but if it just let me know. It's something I haven't done before. I've read Lenormand haiku that I've written, but not somebody else's to go along with my own. So if that's something that people feel is organic, or whatever your opinion too, Jeff, if it's organic or not.
Okay.
Let me know. But unfounded fear of the day, missing my boat cruise. Oh, you're afraid you're going to miss your cruise. Okay. That's what I was thinking too, Nancy. Hey, Peace Mama.
Okay. What I got for you, Ange, is there's like this hankering or desire to fill some void or recapture some um, magic that was there in the past with someone, or something that was like a once in a lifetime thing, either that escaped or fled or like eluded you. Because I got the Page of Cups, and these are messages, but this is in a lot of cases, um, with the Sota de Copas. I'm thinking that the stinky fish. It's not the best offer for you now. I don't know if you're looking to switch jobs or looking at someone that might have been attractive to you before, but they're still doing things almost, I don't want to say gaslight you, but with the Page of Wands, it's a message that seems to resonate with you that triggers something from the past to want to go back to it. Meaning it might be something that you do easily, but you don't want to do it anymore because you'll fall into a bad habit, or you don't want to give attention to it for fear it might develop into something else that you don't want. And then I got the Caballero de Bastos, the Knight of Wands again. So this person or this feeling that you're having is almost bringing you back to a point of nostalgia where you had made a decision in your life that was to your benefit. And there's somehow, either through an offer or a job offer or something that you could do again, almost enticing you to go back to it for some reason, is what I'm getting. So, what we see is not always what we get. Sometimes what we think is unfinished is better left unsaid until the time comes at which we have to face the fire. The fans have been reflamed, or the the flames have been fanned, and I don't want to put this to bed, yet I don't want to live out the same things that might come out misconstrued, but I don't want them unsaid. So I feel like you've got to speak up for yourself about something that you didn't speak up for in the past. And that's what I got for you. I hope that resonates.
Oh, I feel like dee 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 dee. I keep hearing the Jeopardy. I get to one point, then it's like, ah. So, Ange, again, a lot of these poems I can either rewrite over the week and share next week, or I can send in emails. So, everybody, let me know. And so, what I got for you is the Lady. Contemplate. There you are with your poetry, with your book, with your art. Now, there really isn't much of a poem because they just express this is a reader, a female, so there really isn't a poem for her. But in the woman card says here, a woman looks up from her book, her thoughts wandering. So this is there's two females in this deck. One of the more tender, nurturing aspect, whereas the other one is more like in the feminine power. Like it's more like the power, the basic like God goddess energy, the definitive energy um, of the female. So for me, I'm just going to go ahead and show you my next card, which is the Tower, and the Tower needs to be repaired, but the birds are sitting there. They're not. So you're contemplating a tower moment. But the poem that I was skating is, especially with this here, let me just read what I got for you. My tower can fall. I'm my own spiritual architect. I'm not afraid to redesign within my walls, in my heart, the halls where I softly walk. And so I thought of architect with her with the book designing. So for me, she's looking at the kind of like looking at the tower and going, okay, it can be it's going to fall. This breaks, that's fine because I can get new stone and I can replace this. I can redesign it this way. So the tower breaking isn't like chaos or the end all. It's about a chance to, okay, let's remodel, let's rebuild. Um, and it's a place where, this is for me, this is within my walls. This is where my heart is happy. And this is where I softly walk, where you feel at peace. So that's what I was gaining from the 2 cards for you, Ange. Let's see. So let's see. So Peace Mama, tonight we're doing something different. When Jeff and I initially started this, we would ask anybody if they wanted a general read. They put me in there, and we would pull out 1 or 2 cards, and then we would write a poem and do a reading based on that. So if anybody gets inspired by any of these cards to write a poem and share in the chat, go ahead.
And I know Thomas had a question too, but if anyone else, I don't want to stop doing prompts. I just don't want you guys to have to sit there week after week, with an awkward pause, especially since, Heather is such a great reader. We like doing both, so.
But Jeff is much quicker of writing poetry down. So for me, that's where I'm like, for me, my poetry sometimes takes a little longer to write down, to think. And so it's interesting what Jeff sees as my strength compared to, I don't know, Heather, we're opposite. And
Yeah,
so,
but we counterbalance each other.
Counterbalance. It's just that me. Okay, got you, Tom. Tom wants a reading, but yeah, I just hate sitting there making everybody wait because it takes me a while to let the words come up. So Peace Mama would like one as well. And if you want to share, you can share in the chat too. So let's see. What was this? What?
Yeah, because the way I read Peace Mama's question, she asked what you just answered, but I was I felt like she wanted to write her own thing, and
yeah,
I based it off of how I would write it.
Yeah. Now Ange goes, see, I love the long pause, the wait. That's where the magic of the writ is born. Yeah. And hello, Miss Moonlight. I think everyone was having fun last week and participating. It didn't feel like waiting. Well, we could play back and forth. Maybe 1 week we'll do readings, 1 week we'll do prompts, and just kind of go back
or
and
see
then
where it goes.
And then maybe 1 week our responses to our readings could maybe be a haiku, or it could be an acrostic, or just kind of play up with it and have fun, keep it fresh. So we're going to do Thomas, and then after Thomas we'll have Peace Mama. And Jeff Ange said, I'm facing the fire right now. Yes, I understand what this means, Jeff. Thank you.
Wow. Okay.
I'm wondering if I should just stick to one card tonight for this. Let's.
All right, so tarot your way. I got again 3 cards that I've been getting repeatedly. Well, with the exception of one to a lesser degree, I've been getting that one. But I got the Ace of Cups, the As de Copas, and I know you're Pisces. And I also got again this generational wealth card, the Oros, the Ten of Pentacles, and I did shuffle, so I got the World. The first thing that came to mind, and I'm getting a little pressure in my ear on this, is abject begging. I almost feel like you're trying too hard for something that is innately a gift that you have, meaning it doesn't have to be about reciprocity for you to be successful at something. It's almost like it was there. It was, I hate the word, it sounds medieval, or like bequeath. It sounds old English, but there's something there that was generationally either passed on to you in a physical form or in biological form that almost I'm hearing the words coat of arms that your family has, but you associate, you don't want to acknowledge it or acknowledge it for the boon or the benefit it could be to you, which is why in the end I got the 8 of Wands, which to me meant it was almost like something that may have backfired when it should have been something of benefit to you. And now through the history and the systems in your life, you're trying to make up for it or overcompensate. I was lying alone somewhere contemplating what it was that was taken, never having seen before that what was bubbling to the surface always had meaning and purpose. I didn't have to stand alone. I didn't have to sit this one out when it was a 3-ring circus. I want to be in the spaces that I should have been in a long time ago, but yet the moment I'm striving for seems to be something that has been fleeting, and yet I continue to go forward. Now I put the best years behind me and look toward the future with all the gifts that have been given and what could move all of this forward. So I think as you get into it almost feels like a new phase of your life where you're redefining your history based on some of those things philosophically that you couldn't come to terms with before. And you're making inroads that way. So that's what I got for you, Thomas.
Okay, Thomas. Like I said, for me, it takes a little while to write, to get the thoughts down. So let's see. Bequeath, leave a personal estate or one's body to a person or another So we have definitions here. Thank you, Ange. And Thomas says Moon Leo. I don't know if you saw that. Um, uh, let's see, Moon Scarab. Jeff, you sounded cute saying they go pause. um,
I highly recommend this deck, Ramon, if you like COVID cards. And there's a big
excuse me.
emphasis on the, I talked about this earlier if you saw it, a big emphasis on the skull in this deck too. So, and the toilet paper card I like too.
Oh my God, the toilet paper. Every time I see toilet paper, I just think of COVID when everybody was like freaking out about damn toilet paper. And we couldn't figure out why. I'm like, yeah.
I stockpiled it. It was we had
That
plenty
was that was crazy.
I stockpiled.
Did you?
Yes.
Like, well,
I had
we
a
got
whole
to use a
closet
paper
full.
towel. We'll just throw it in the garbage. Napkin. Hey, we just grab. We go to the store. No toilet paper. No, let's just grab some napkins. And hello, girl. I mean, yeah, hello, girl. Hey, girl. Hey. She's like, damn, Jeff. Wow. Well, your words flow like a river, Jeff. Beautiful. See, and Jeff
Oh,
could pull that out just like that. Whereas for me, I have to visually write it down and sit and think it where it just comes out of. So just cooking dinner, sat down, enjoy, and let's see. Yes, a big redo of standing philosophy. It reframing what I can do as opposed to what I once was able to do.
yeah.
And someone said, send me the link. So Ramon says, whoever that was, send them the link. Oh, I
I
think
think
to
he means
you
made
about
to
the
the deck,
cards.
probably, I guess.
So Thomas, I got the park card number 20, and the poem that they wrote for this is, when you are going to a party, a concert, or a business meeting, I am sure to show up in your reading. You will find me in a reunion or a retreat, a riot or a picnic. I like crowds and public events, so naturally I am good with all your networking intents. So some of the poems are really cute in here and how they rhyme. And so the park the park card is about anything to do with public celebrating, social events, things that are good time. Because back in the day, that was what people did. They would dress up nice. They go to the park. They would intermingle. They would talk, and that would be kind of like the event. And with the Hush Tarot, I pulled the Nine of Cups, and got that right there. And so the poem that I was able to come up with. So for me, with the Nine of Cups is about that feeling of pleasure, of joy, of going out. I noticed that earlier you said something about you have a fear you're going to miss your cruise. But for me, there's the park card, which is about events and going places and things. So um, I don't think you're going to miss your cruise. I think you're going to enjoy it. And with that little snake in there, snakes are about transmutation, shedding the old ways, and it's going to be kind of like it's going to be refreshing. It's going to be like renewing for you. Um, it's going to be very happy. It's going to be a good time. Something that I'm feeling like you really do need right now. Um, and so the poem that I came up with was Walk in a Park, greeting the paradise within your soul, cup overflowing with blossoms of love, transmuting the poisons within. I stand at the gate after being spiritually reborn, cleansed within a fountain of eternal youth. I speak my earthly truth. And that's what I have for you. All righty. And she took the words out of my and she took the words out of my mouth. Okay. So let me go ahead and unstar people here so I know. Peace Mama, you will be next. So all righty. What's up, Peace Mama? Tom says, beautiful, both of you. You're welcome, Thomas. And now we've got Peace Mama. 'Cause And again, if anybody's writing poetry that you would like to share from any of the cards that we've been pulling, feel free to share. Please feel free to share. We have plenty of time to spare.
Yeah.
Now, if I can only rhyme like that for a reading.
The first thing I heard, Peace Mama, for you was structure, and then I heard the word resistance. But what's interesting is I got the um, the King of Cups, the Rey de Copas, and then I also got another King card for you, the King of Wands. And then I also got El Sumo I don't know if it's Sacer or if the C is hard. Sacerdote, the Hierophant. I don't know what kind of family life you had or what type of relationships you've been in, but you've been somewhat of a middling influence. And by that, I mean, you kind of go where you need to go at the given time. And you do spread like fire when needed, but you're also that person that can, with the water, be that emotionally grounded for like a paternal energy. So I'm feeling like you've had to take the place of both a father and a mother, or just a father rather. And with the Hierophant, that role that you've had to take has been, it's illustrative of what we go on in this world about how family energy, or what do they call it, the nuclear family, has changed over the years, and you have developed a strength as a result of that. And people don't always see that as a good thing, meaning those that want to confine you to a maternal role. So that's what I got for you. All shapes and sizes, nothing left in this world except being left to our own devices. Put into place, I came into this world with one vision, one face. Yet somehow now, in the midst of everything that I've looked down, stared down, I've come back around, knowing I need to feel the love that I've shared, somehow returned, and I don't have to feel as if I'll go alone evermore. So that's what I'm getting for you for some reason. I don't know why. It's rare I get two king cards, but did you have to be like a surrogate parent in a way or something like that? Or like an older sister, or taking care of a younger sister or brother, or and if someone could clarify the pronunciation of El Sumo Sacerdote, or if it's Sacer, it doesn't sound right to me that it be Sacerdote, but in French there would be like a cedilla, which is a little curvy thing under the C, which would not make it hard, but and that's why I'm assuming it is hard, Sacerdote. Oh, so that's what I got for you. Peace, Mama.
I'm looking for a word. She says, wow. Yes, to all the kids and families, I had to be their maid. And it's correct, Jeff. That C sounds like a S with that E. You
Okay.
pronounced it correctly. Okay. Open up the doors of your. Okay, I like that. Okay. Alrighty. Peace, Mama. I got for the Lenormand, I got the clover. And the little poem for the clover: I bring you luck and happiness. I make things better. And as long as there isn't a negative card after me, I will turn difficulties to opportunities. I am the nice surprise and the happy sighs.
Oh,
And
I love that.
and she says, you did fabulous. Hello, Christina. So that was what Holly wrote. And so the clover is all about good luck, and not just, like luck of the Irish, but, just success, success well earned. And what they also was talking about, clover does have these little white flowers. And back in the day, the clover is where the young folk would go to frolic and to have their little rendezvous. So the clover represent and the little whites represented that, the joyous, basically your little afternoon delights out in the fields. To put it mildly. So it's about, it was a sign and a symbol of, especially during May and stuff, during Beltane, where, you know the village, the people got together and people started doing their betrothal, and then they would go out into the fields of clover. um so the other card I got for you is the Ace of Swords from the Hush Tarot. And what Jeremy wrote, I love how he put raw power. I love that, raw power. And in here on this card, the spiral horn of the unicorn points like an antenna to heaven. The rider is armored with the tools to build something new. And so I'm just going to put this up here really quick because there's just so many beautiful subtleties and details, in this card with the birds, the flowers. I mean, it's just really a beautiful card. And I love sharing some of the insights that, Jeremy, puts in his own take in the cards. And so for me, looking at that and with the clover, whatever you're thinking about doing, you've got clarity. You got that raw power behind you within yourself. And like that spiral of that horn, you're tapping in. And whatever this is, there's just a lot of success around you. And what I love about the green clover too is that, that beautiful green is like the color of our heart chakra. So it's also a color that resonates with our hearts, with self love and love, compassion for ourselves and others. So, whatever it feels like you are gathering together, this idea that you're directing, that you have clarity for, that you're putting out there, it looks successful, whatever this venture might be. And the poem that I wrote is Raw Power Bursting in Blossoms of White, Purity of Ephemeral Light within, green clover unfurling within the heart of your inner Gaia. clarity of vision from guides at night. Open up the doors of your blue light. So that's something I'll probably work on too later on in another poem. But that's what I have for you, my dear. And let's see. Oh, I think you. Okay, yes, you did respond. The creator of the Stellar
I
Terrace
do
moon
like
coming
that
out.
type of deck.
Okay. Alrighty. The clover speaks to you. Wonderful. And alrighty, let me take now. Have you seen anybody else requesting? What Jeff and I are so for people coming in like Christina, this week Jeff and I are switching things up, and we're if anybody would like a general, we'll pull a couple cards. We'll read on what we're getting from the cards, and then we'll write a poem based on that or inspired by. And
or if to, I mean, I don't know how Heather's feeling. I'm feeling like I have a burst of energy every time I'm working with her. So if you have, I wouldn't be averse to a couple prompts, in addition, or whatever you guys want.
So okay, then we're opening the floor. If anybody wants to throw out a prompt, if somebody wants a card, we're down. Time for sip sip. So, peace, mama. Cool beans. That's one of my favorite sayings. I love saying cool beans. I'm working to get my empathic abilities back after 30 years. Beautiful, Heather. Well, you're that writer on that unicorn. You point that unicorn horn. It says that your spiritual antenna. You got the ability to reconnect. Awesomeness. You gave me a lot to ponder. Thank you both. I'm blown away. You guys rock. Yeah. We get the picture. So, alrighty. Thank you, Ange. Everybody's amazing. Like Oprah. Amazing for you. Amazing for everybody. Gets amazing. I mean,
you guys
that's
last week too, when you all took the initiative and were done before we were with your stuff and your poetry.
But it's kind of hard for at least me to write on the spot like that because it's like everyone's like, and I'm like, for me, my best writing is when I wake up in the morning. I'm having my first cup of coffee. I got calming music on where there's no distractions. There's not too much noise. It's just me sitting in my bed with my coffee and my book and just letting everything come, as is. Come as you are. So I just went ahead and I pulled a card to write a poem on. I pulled the 8 of Cups. And this is lovely little Lowly right there. So I'm going to do a little poem. Oh, that's
the world.
Cool.
Yeah. El Mundo.
El Mundo. And I'm just going to share too with what Jeremy shares because I just love his writing and his insight. Jules Niner, hello. Let's see, Ramon, am I on in the orbit rotation? Okay, just not sure if Ramon saw that, so I'll just read that out really quick. So, like I said, I pulled, here, let me just pull me up here. I pulled the Eight of Cups, and this is beautiful owl, little one right there next to her. And for him, the owl encourages us to look forward to new situations. Inspirations can be found in leaving the chaos of a current situation for a new, deeper spiritual goal elsewhere. The owl's solitude comes from its freedom to move on when needed. I love that. So the poem that I wrote for that. Hello, Andrea. It's good to see you again, my dear. It was such a pleasure meeting you last night. So what I wrote is gentle wisdom and eyes deep with insight. He speaks to you with messages from the depths of your moon. Let your heart guide you on your new let your heart guide you on your journey within the wilds of your soul. The owl, the owl's feathered cloak gave you pause, and in the records of your library, your spirit name you secretly wrote. And that's what I have.
Okay.
What? You say hi?
Malignant is the creation that is a new arrival. Imperiled are the boundaries I've put up years before I even knew of its impending arrival. About our mental health, the world is in denial. Of the masses that are in delusion, the predator isn't a mere illusion. Set your sights on something grander. Put the world at your feet. Kick it around as if it were a globe you had as a child, not admitting defeat.
Yeah. Well, you're right about the mental health. People need to talk about it more. That way, people don't feel alone or afraid to get help that they might need, you know. So I can get behind that. So you're not going to stay up here, but you want to come up and say hi. So say hi. For all the new people, I'm Mozzie. I'm one of Heather's fur babies. He's my tarot baby. So we gotta get down now. This is gonna cover mommy. Blech. And her shirt all with fur. Alrighty. So looking to see if there's any requests or prompts. I went ahead and pulled another card. It is 9:27, and Amanda Empress does go on at 10, so we can hang out till just before 10, Jeff, and then
I'm good with that.
go support her. Ramon, how, in case he can't see, and he's just listening, Ramon, how often can I give the quiet moments to the Shelties? They work but wear off. Okay.
Yeah, they do work. And they actually do like them. But it's like, I almost think I should bring in some CBD or something for them because they're just yeah.
Oh, look at that. And Amanda says, that's crazy. I went to the store earlier and felt guided to buy an owl stuffed animal for some reason.
Wow.
You'll have to show us that on your show tonight. Most definitely. Jeff and I's going to pop over there and hang out and chat and support you. So exciting, your first live. So for people who don't know, this is Tropical Empress Spirit. This is Amanda. She just started her channel a few weeks ago, and she has videos that she's been posting talking about herself and talking about clairs and offering support for people who, have abilities, but people in their family and or friends who don't quite understand or judge she gives a space where people can come um, and feel safe and know that they're special and their gifts are nothing to be afraid of or to be ashamed of. So so we do well. We're doing generals, Andrea. I do believe I read for you on this last night. So Jeff, you I read for Andrea on this question. I didn't know if
Okay,
you want to go ahead and
I'll do
pull
it.
cards, but
Yeah. Yeah. And I just became your 80th subscriber, Tropical Empress. So,
oh, so Andrea, the reason why I'm not going to pull honeys because I had already given my message from spirit, and sometimes if we keep asking spirit too much, the same question over and over, that almost kind of like negates to the universe that we don't trust the messages or the guidance that we've been given, or um, kind of how do I want to say this? Um, it's kind of like hoping to get a different answer. No, you're fine, sweetheart. Don't be sorry. If you would like Jeff's take on that, because Jeff, is a different reader. He may come up with something in addition that would be able to help you besides what Ramon, Miss Tarot D, and I did last night. I can pull a general card for you, but I'll let Jeff decide what if he wants to read on that. And hello, Jay. Um, but we appreciate you being here, and please don't be sorry. Just um, we've noticed lately in our community that um, a lot of our wonderful, lovely subscribers, sometimes we get so caught up in fear of something that we want to manifest, or something that we hope to bring into our lives, that maybe if we keep asking different readers or over and over again, that it might change, because energy does change, but at the same time it's that kind of like that principle where we put that that energy out there, that we're not trusting messages that we're receiving, or feeling that we're being heard, and the messages are coming through, or the trust is going out there into the universe, that it kind of almost sort of does like a negation. But I'm going to stop now. um Marina really explains it beautifully from Heart Center Tarot. So I'm just going to go ahead and I actually pulled a card right around when you were coming in, Andrea. So I'm going to use this for your general, write a little poem, and I'll give it over to Jeff for when he's ready.
Okay, I'm ready. So it's one thing to isolate yourself in a situation where you have to walk through many doors to get out. And I almost get the sensation, as far as your living situation's concerned, that I heard the word steamroll. I almost feel like someone's trying to steamroll you out of there by getting under your skin in ways that attack who you are. I don't know if it's ethnicity. I don't know if it's some sort of predilection, or what's the word? Attraction you have to something or someone. But instead of three cards coming out, four came out, and they were all tied to, a few of them, to the promise of getting out of there. But before you get out of there, you need to really contemplate long and hard what it is that is eating away at you, because it's going to continue to eat away at you. It's not just your living situation, is what I'm getting from these cards. Meaning, I got the Page of Pentacles, which means there's a promise that you need to make to yourself, as far as a commitment that your angels want you to know about, as far as your future is concerned. Because if you don't live up to what you know inside, and I'm feeling like, again, some of the more foundational chakras, the first three, about your root chakra, your and your sun chakra, your yellow chakra, what you do, it's just going to keep repeating itself. And you're going to be in a situation where you're going to have to go into a deep meditation, almost living, I won't say hand to mouth, but living constantly in fear of not knowing if you're ever going to be extricating yourself from the situation, because a lot of it, and this is for entertainment purposes only, I'm getting, is in the mind. But with, the Soto de Oros and the Espadas that you just got with the Four of Swords, which is the meditation, then all of a sudden, once you've done the work, you get the El Carro, or the Chariot. And the Chariot can be processional. There'll be a grand celebration around you. I don't know if family plays a big role in this problem that you're having right now, as far as the living situation's concerned. I almost get this sensation that it might be like a cousin or an uncle or a niece or something. And they're complicating it for you, and you're having to navigate the energy of not alienating somebody, or feeling like you're going to alienate somebody, because if you do, you feel as if a part of you will go. And the Hermit came in, the El Ermitaño, if I'm I can't roll the N or whatever, El Ermitaño, which I think's how you say it. So that's why I said, when I got the fourth card, that this sort of thing would keep repeating itself regardless of where you live. I don't mean to be, as I always say, asking if there's a issue that you might have as far as mental health is concerned, but whenever I get the swords, the Four of Swords, or the Chariot, I almost feel like there's this sensation of an internal struggle. And my stomach's a little queasy thinking about it. So to answer your question, you can do it, but you need to let go of a few things first. In a standstill, putting my own needs first, I wander through the valley of the shadow of death, not knowing necessarily why I have to take this test. The wilderness is barren, yet by the same token, too, green, alluvial, and the foundation of healing can be found by realizing I'm not alone in the picture I'm painting that someone else is stealing. Come through with me out into the forest. This is the best place I can be, at one with myself, at nature's best. I can always find my way through the forest. So I got that energy off you by the way you asked the question, and by a couple of the cards in here. So the Hermit, especially, in the Four of Swords. So I want you to just think about treading lightly, okay? And it's no brainer to me. In the sense, I think it was a no brainer to Heather too. We need to tread lightly for you, because we know, and I'm the same way. If you have an obsessive compulsive disorder, and I'm not saying you do, I'm just saying as an instance, you're always questioning those things. I'm backing up Heather here. And then suddenly we start questioning ourselves as readers, and we start really empathing energy that's not there, because we're putting onto you our own fears because we're getting those from you. And I don't want you to feel fear, Andrea. It'll work. Okay. For entertainment purposes only, but please seek counseling if you need it. All right. Because I'll be honest with you, I have different issues from you that are mental health related. But the problem is maybe 30 years ago, there was more talk therapy. Now it's less of that and just checking in for your medications. Okay. So with these channels, tread lightly. Not saying we're harmful, but know our place and know what you need is different from what we give. Okay.
Just typing in for entertainment purposes only,
Yeah.
just so that YouTube can see. But yeah, she came by last night and she was sharing some of her story, which Andrea, I'll just keep, and I'll share with Jeff backstage. So it was interesting when you came in. I had pulled a card, and I think it's a nice supportive card. And I myself, Andrea, have the same thing. I have, well, they kind of taken the bipolar out of the picture right now. It's more borderline personality and depression, anxiety with some PTSD. But that's why I said last night, if you want to email me, I can kind of give you an idea of what people to maybe look for in your area, just to make sure that you have all options available to you for help. I'm not a licensed practitioner. I am not a doctor, but I am a peer, and I am allowed as a peer to talk about, my my health, my situation, and to be able to advocate and help others locate professionals too as well. So Andrea, my email again is in the description box if you need to reach out. And so for the card that I pulled when you were coming in, I got the beautiful. I'm just gonna right click the beautiful bouquet. I got the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands is about celebration, foundations, and it's beautiful. It's blooming roses. It's a bouquet. There's joy. There's celebration, and so if this is, I feel like this is a message for you, knowing to let you know that things can get better. There is hope, not to lose hope. That life, there's always something beautiful to be found in life, and even with the spokes on the wands, um, there's still those beautiful flowers that are blooming. Um, and the poem that I had written for this was bouquet of celebration, blooming petals bursting sweet with nectar, infusing a beautiful foundation of love, vines swaying in the wind, wrapping our thoughts. So that's what I had for that card. Already, I was reading out of the corner of my eye, saw 999. I said, oh, trouble's here. Hey, Bill, what's going on? How's it going? She says, thank you. You're welcome, my dear. Aw. Mrs. Jones. Hello, Judith. How are you, my dear? Let's see. We're at 9:42. I am turning in while I am making. Tuning in while I'm making dinner. You're always making dinner, and you're always making us hungry, Bill. Let's see. So yeah, everybody's sending, love and peace to you, my dear. I have a support group. We video chat. Most of them are my family. That's good that you have a support. Alrighty, we're at 9:43. Did you want to do one more poem, or what would you like to do before heading over to Amanda's place? I was already at my friend Amanda's today, and now going over to another Amanda's.
Yeah, I can do I can do another prompt. If someone can throw a prompt out or a card, I can do that. Whatever you guys want, or a reading. It's up to you.
How about, should I pull a prompt from the Lenore? Oh, Judith, me. Okay, Judith, then you will be the last one. It's not a prompt, but I can pull a card. So let me just go ahead and, whoops, there we go. Let me just put in here that questions are now closed, and we'll have time for one more. And so Bill says, I am making tacos and almond flour oatmeal cookies. Ooh, I will refrain from being offensive while my hands are busy.
And you just did it anyway, Bill. Bill, come on.
Bill, I'm going to send you to the naughty corner.
You're clever, though. I'll say that. I like that, Bill. Let's see. Are we doing a general?
Yeah, a general for Judith.
Okay. Okay, so the first thing I heard, Judith, when I got you coming in asking was the word bounty. And then I pulled out several cards. This is the death card in this deck, La Muerte, and it says Black Lives Matter, but they're on a horse. It's got that sort of vibe, for this tarot and the pandemic and revolution. But a lot of times with death reversed, there's a resistance to change or a certain stagnant energy, which seems opposed to the energy I'm getting off you, which seems to be hopeful and derived from a place where it's coming from the world at your feet. I'm hearing the world is your oyster, because your ship didn't come in when it was supposed to. And so what I'm also getting is the delay with the death card reversed. And I'm also getting, and I hate to delineate when I get like a King of Swords or a Queen of Swords and assume that it's a male. But with the King of Swords reversed, I feel as if a strategy that was told to be, or was given to you, was what has led you astray. And either someone stole your idea, took away a dream that you've had, and they ran off with it. Because I got with that Rey de Espadas, the King of Swords, and then the Seven of Swords, the Espadas. It's as if something that you want that actually in your own mind was supposed to go a certain way and supposed to make you happy didn't have a chance, because either a man hurt you or a man stole something from you that left you doubting your abilities. And before you can actually dive into something new, you're going into it like with an apprehension or like this sort of wall around you. So what I'm saying to you is put put that aside for now and almost look and ask yourself, what if that hadn't happened? So lying in wait, lying in state, a delay, and yet still, I know he's not going to show, but I still wait. Putting the hands around my neck that he once put a necklace around which he once put a necklace. I look to the future to get out of this mess, but somehow I feel as if I transgressed. I don't want to pay for someone else's sins in the middle of a world that's unforgiving, where I can't extricate myself from the evils that were put into place long before I even came and was laid to waste. So I feel like time's running out. I feel like there's something there. I don't know if it's midlife crisis energy at because of a man, a fear of death with not knowing the spiritual direction the rest of your life is going to take. But I certainly would advise you, as much as you're protecting yourself right now, to let your guard down a little bit. And that's what I've got for you.
Alrighty. And thank you, Ange. Yes. Thank you for putting the link. Amanda will be going live shortly. So Judith, I pulled from the Lenormand the Sun card. And the Sun card is all about here, let me just pull. Let's share the poem that the one author wrote on here for you. Let's see how fun this one might be. She's got some hit and misses in here, but there's some that are very cute. That's very catchy. I am success, hear me roar. I control your ego and charisma. I boost your confidence and courage. I bring victory and glory. But be careful not to get too cocky, or you'll be burned by arrogance like Icarus.
Wow.
I really didn't write, but yeah. But again, the Sun card is about success, big luck. Everything grows under the sun's light, the growing shining light. Everything's nourished, revitalized, energized. So the card that I got from the Hush Tarot is the Empress. And the Empress is all about, fertility, being of the land, of the earth, Mother Gaia, Mother Energy, our fertility of creating at any stage in our life. It doesn't have to be, an actual child, but birthing and being pregnant with ideas and aspirations and goals, and just knowing that we have that ability always within us to be able to create what we put our minds to. And with that beautiful Sun card, it's kind of like the God and the goddess coming together, because the sun in spiritual traditions is considered male, and the mother goddess earth, is the female. So I feel this beautiful balance of divine feminine and masculine energy. And the poem that I wrote for you is: sun warms my body like like an old friend's loving embrace, growing the bounty of your harvest, mending places left hollow from heartache and friendships long lost. Dance the dream of creation, the honey of your soul, nourishing us all. And that's what I have for you, Judith. And that brings us to the end of another Sunday night poetry. Can't believe it's 2 hours. Time goes by so fast.
Oh my God, yeah.
And Jason, I saw that you popped in. Welcome, hello. I think I've seen you before. I know you're in Jeff's channel, so thanks for popping in. And Judith, Jeff would like to know, was there anything else in there that made any sense to you? So let's see. She wrote up here, Jeff, powerful, wow. Thank you. I have never heard that before. Noted and loved the poem. And let's see, Heather again. Well, powerful. Thank you so much for the beautiful poem. You're welcome, my dear. Peace, Mama. Thank you both. Well, thank you everybody for being here.
Yeah, thank you guys.
We appreciate your support every week. And yes, I know, Ange, the talk of cakes and cookies. Oh my goodness. And Judith did respond. Yes, something I have been thinking about for a while. Okay. So, what you got coming up, Jeff?
More of the same.
Okay.
Once the downloads come, I come right on. So I wing it. That's how I do it. Yeah.
And I surprised Jeff. What was it, yesterday? I don't think it was this morning. I think it was yesterday. I actually pulled some political cards. I was in his chat.
Yeah.
And he was like, wait, what? Heather's pulling political cards? So, but yeah, that was interesting. I typically don't like to delve, but I was just like, oh, I got to join Jeff on this one. I can't, we weren't promising.
Yeah,
but,
I feel like that. I just feel like we're screwed, but I just feel like the energy is really heavy politically right now, you guys, and I just don't.
That's why we got to make sure we find those moments of peace for ourselves, get grounded, breathe, and continue to look and be grateful for everything that's in our life, and that can help when this heavy stuff comes down. This heavy shit hits us.
And under ordinary circumstances, if that debate format had been what it should have been, and he could get a word in edgewise, but that might have been a hindrance to him. I just don't know if his stepping down would help, but I don't know that it's gonna work for him either. So it's like, I just think we're screwed.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Yeah.
Yeah. Heather, sorry, not HOS. Oh, thank you, host and Jeff. Love your poems. So, I see what you mean. It's all good. And Judith says, I bought a crystal yesterday. Wonderful, Judith. Enjoy. There's nothing better than getting a new crystal and creating a beautiful bond with that crystal. So, tomorrow, Nancy and I, at 5, I'm a guest Wednesday on Gerald's channel at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a silly casual. We might do some mini readings and share some new decks and hump day week. Maybe shenanigans, we'll see. And then Allison Friday. So everybody, make sure you subscribe to Jeff. You never know when he's going to pop on and share his downloads, his insights, his hits that he gets. And again, Amanda, Empress, I always get her name wrong and I always feel bad about that. Tropical Empress and Spirit, Amanda, is going to be starting shortly. Oh, actually in 3 minutes. So everybody head over there, show her some love and support. And Jeff and I will see you next week or on one of our other shows.
Night, bye, everybody. Guys. Thank you for rolling with us. Thank you.